Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ma'am Rosie. I am Rachel Pisidas, and I am the first presenter of our group, which is the Group 4. Our topic for today is all about the standards of 21st century classroom. So, we need to dig deeper about what is 21st century classroom, its implications, and what are the characteristics of a 21st century classroom. But before that, let me read first the objectives of today's lesson. First, you have to describe the key components of a 21st century skills, including the critical thinking, the creativity, the collaboration, and communication. So these are the 4 C's. And second, analyze the significance of these skills in preparing students for the workforce and global citizenship. And the third one, you have to assess the impact of collaborative learning on student engagement. But first, let us define what is 21st century classroom. So, as what we had researched, 21st century classroom refers to the creative and collaborative approach of learning, meaning in a classroom full of students, there is a what we call the creativity in which the students will be able to express their thoughts, their imaginations, and the second one, they be able to collaborate with each other, help with each other, and to learn with each other. So this creativity and collaboration will help them to improve their skills, enhance their critical thinking skills, and be able to solve real life situations. We had tackled about the traditional assessment from the previous lesson that we had, and what we had discussed is that traditional means that there are pen and paper assessment, and when we compare the traditional way and to the 21st century classroom, it is really different because traditional methods of learning rely entirely on what is written on the textbook. So as a teacher, they had used different textbooks, and are the instruments that they are using in the classroom in the class discussion. Meaning, there are some ways that they will be able to research on the books and to feel your knowledge towards the students. However, 21st century classroom aims to prepare students for the uncertainties of tomorrow. So today, in today's generation, we are now experiencing the 21st century classroom, in which each one of us experience a constructive learning approach of a teacher, and as a student, we experience that we are having an experiential learning inside the classroom. By that, we are able to express and to dig deeper in our thoughts, to research on our own chance. We had the opportunity to research on the different concepts that are needed for us to complete that certain task. And of course, we were also able to enhance our critical thinking skills, and we also collaborate with one another so that each one of us will learn, and each one of us will be able to think critically on what particular solution can a problem might be created. Next, a 21st century education is about giving students the skills they need to succeed in this new world and helping them to grow the confidence to practice those skills so that they will be able to enhance their collaborative, their critical thinking skills, their creativity, and by that they will be able to solve in a real world context. They will be able to apply it in their daily living. Aside from that, students will be able to um,
First, we have collaborative problem solving. Students learn through solving problems. A great way to learn is by effectively working as a team to solve problems as a cohesive, collaborative unit. Working together toward a common goal is a hallmark of human society. One Stanford study found that participants primed to work collaboratively keep working on a task 64% longer than working alone. A 21st century curriculum emphasizes theme-based projects in which groups draw on each individual's strengths to solve problems. This model exposes students to new ideas and opposing viewpoints while demonstrating the power of the collective mind. Next, we have the creativity. A 21st century education affords students opportunities to flex their creative muscles beyond the traditionally creative classes. Whether they work to find a new solution to an older problem or find a different way to explain an everyday occurrence, students are constantly finding their own approaches to problems and projects. Whatever the next chapter in life brings, creativity is an essential tool to get young minds thinking across disciplines and beyond what's been done before. In fact, one study found that 78% of college educated professionals say creativity is very important to their career. Next, we have hands on learning. Students in a 21st century classroom are not afraid to get their hands dirty. They thrive on translating textbook material into real life scenarios in which teachers encourage creativity, experimentations, and trial and error. A 21st century skills curriculum takes hands on learning beyond the art studio and science lab. In a middle of school English class, students create sock puppets and put on a performance to the short story, Tobermory. A European history class decorates t-shirts to illustrate the narrative of the French Revolution. Hands-on learning brings coursework into the here and now through active, project-based activities. Next, we have cultural competency. In our diverse, ever-changing world, it's essential that the 21st century classroom emphasize cultural competency skills. Beyond an appreciation for other cultures, the U.S. Census projects that by 2044, the minority population will increase to more than 50%, and the U.S. population will become majority to minority. In a 21st century skills classroom, all individuals have the opportunity to interact with the students from other backgrounds and participate in culturally immersive experiences. These skills will be critical as students fuel future growth on a global scale. We have effective written and oral communication. Students learn to listen actively, organize and articulate a discussion, present information, and argue points respectfully. Communication skills are not seen as a given. Effective communication when speaking and reading is encouraged and cultivated through activities that challenge students think beyond their knee-jerk reactions or preconceptions about a topic or a problem. Expressing ideas clearly and effectively is essential for success. As one study that shows over 73% of employers look for candidates with strong communication skills. We have effective written and oral communication. Students learn to listen actively, organize and articulate a discussion, present information, and argue points respectfully. Communication skills are not seen as a given. Effective communication when speaking and reading is encouraged and cultivated through activities that challenge students think beyond their knee-jerk reactions or preconceptions about a topic or a problem. Expressing ideas clearly and effectively is essential for success. As one study that shows over 73% of employers look for candidates with strong communication skills.
So now let's proceed to the conclusion part of this presentation. So our conclusion is the standards of 21st century classroom focuses on student-centered learning and develop critical thinking skills, collaboration, and creativity. We lived in a period in history where we are confronted every day with how our world has changed. In this regard, we should commit to foster student-centered learning environment and prioritize the development of critical skills such as critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity, which are essential for students to navigate an increasingly complex world. The standards of 21st century classroom also equip students for future success and foster global awareness and responsibility. Meaning, in achieving standards, we should emphasize our goal of equipping students with the knowledge and awareness needed for success in a globalized society. We should strive to inspire students to engage thoughtfully with local and global issues, fostering a sense of responsibility and encouraging them to contribute positively to their communities and world at large. And that's all for our presentation about the standards of 21st century classroom. And this is the reference for the whole duration of our presentation. And that concludes to our presentation. Thank you for listening, and we hope that you will learn something from this reporting.